Yeah, so center peels are used for like taking contact from the front in like a channelized area, right? So you can tell it's kind of open right now. Don't look at the environment right now, the terrain. This is just run a blank canvas running this. Usually you'll be more in like a choke point to run this. So this is not a reaction for contact for everything. This is just for a specific scenario, just to make it clear. So we're not
Yep.
running a center peel in the middle of the open, and like if we were to do something later on, if I see you guys call center peel in the middle of the open, I'm like, bro. Contact front, center peel.
Center field.
Last man.
Man.
Last man.
Last man.
Last man.
Loading. Last man. Zombie catcher. Zombie catcher.
Last man. Okay. This is the out. Come to me, come to me.
Moving.
Down across, down across. Shut the door, shut the door.
Clear my line of fire!
He's lost. We're up. Close the door. Go black.
Aye, sir.
Okay.
Center field. Moving. Last man. Set. And that's like.
Yeah, so also, if you get to the end of the line, your new sector is rear security, right? The inside guys, so where Badger is currently, his sector is where our fire team is. Like, you're scanning those hills, right? You're like looking around. You're not even looking forward. If you're all looking forward, you're wrong, right? So you're just kind of like, you're scanning here, and when you see a guy go by you, it's like no big deal. But then when you see a guy go by you and he says last man, you're picking it up and firing up the front. Yeah, but he has to get the last man tap. So check it out. We'll be like lined up. You guys don't tuck in until we take contact. Does that make sense? So everyone's like in formation, and then when we take contact, you're tucking in. Here's the other thing. Is the guys that are in the middle right now, your sectors are opposite side and high, right? Right? So everyone shouldn't be looking forward like a train, right? And here's the thing, is if you see somebody and you have to engage them, and you're tucked in like against the wall like this, you're cutting off your buddy's exit route. So step off the wall. You're going to have to untuck yourself and when you're making fire. So that way, whoever's running back, when he sees you firing, he's got a spot that he can run. He can run like past behind you guys, right? Because if you're sitting here like laying down fire right here, and you got guys, running across your barrel, like that's not good, right? So just step off the wall a little bit. Contact front. Center field. Last man.
Last man. Reloading. Moving. Last man. Set.
Set.
Force. Last man.
Last man.
Come on, there's nothing out there. Move back here.
Last man. MD20 out. Hey, moving. Last
Hey,
man.
where do you think you're going? Get back here, soldier. Steer clear of shooting!
Set. Hey, I got an out. Hey, catcher. Hey,
Moving.
back to be my catcher.
Last man.
Alright, head out. Go.
Go Force.
Last man.
Last man.
Set.
Hey, you guys over here for us. So push it out a little bit. Create some space for the guys coming in. Oh, come, get to me. Create some space.
Yeah, last man moving back. Hey, we need last guy out. Wyvern. Oh. Last man. Moving. Close the door.
All right.
Set.
So that's let me hold on, guys, real quick. So that went well, right? We got a little bunched up. So the catcher. So I'm the catcher. Give me a doorman.
I got
Right.
you.
So cool. We'll say Wyvern is the doorman, right? I'm the catcher. So Wyvern's slightly in front of me. I'm catching it. Yeah, you're about there, right? So you have Wyvern is the guy that says I have the out, right? And I'm the door. He goes, hey, you're my catcher, and I reply back, I'm your catcher. So and I'm doing what Badger was doing, sending guys across, which is good. Hey, go to your left over the berm. Go to your left over the berm. And guys are doing that, right? When you shut the door, I am not the door. I am the catcher. Wyvern is the doorman. We'll get into it more later, but you want to put a heavy gun on the door, so it's good that Wyvern's a doorman. So when I'm bounding across, I am not walking across, and this is not shutting the door, right? Wyvern is covering for me, and I go across the door, and I tap Wyvern last man. So when Wyvern gets a last man tap from someone that is not on his side, it's usually the catcher, and he's going to know this anyway. He's saying last man, and that's when Wyvern is shutting this door, because this is the door that connects us to the out, or the contact, right? This is our out. So essentially, Wyvern, I'd be firing. Because someone just gave me a last man tap, and I sent them across, so I'm firing. Once Wyvern picks up fire, because he had a last man tap, I'm last man tapping him. And I'm out, and I'm saying, shut the door, Wyvern, shut the door. Alright? if this is me, if this is what you're seeing, I'm right here, and I'm the last man, and I just got done firing because this catcher across from me, that guy is firing. I go, last man, I go out, I go to the out, and because I gave Wyvern the last man tap, this is why last man taps are important too, because it tells you to start shooting. Now, naturally, when Wyvern's shooting, that tells whoever is across, you know, the catcher could be here, the catcher could be here, the catcher could be slightly behind. It just tells them to bound across. Okay, so I'm firing for Jokes. Right, so Jokes is now he knows he can run back, and he taps last man. Wyvern fires for me. Fighter's the catcher. Last man. Now Fighter, you run across because you got cover fire from Wyvern, and you got to tell Wyvern last man. Shut the door. Shut the door. Shut the door. That's what it. Yeah, close the door. Shut the door. Don't matter. Close the door. Close the door. Right. So one side, I mean, Wyvern could literally, if our spacing was all messed up, it doesn't matter. We just continue our peel on the left side. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So Wyvern will essentially just, hey man, you just keep cleaning up. And Wyvern, if you start to run low on ammo like that, normally what we would call is we'd say relief, stand by. Relief, stand by, right? And when someone says relief, stand by, someone else is coming up on them, changing. And that relief will pick up my fire. So if I'm dwindling down my mag, you know, relief, stand by, changing, and there's going to be a guy right, boom, and just like that. So those are just some things, sorry, to think about. Never mind, sorry. Gosh. But yeah, so it can get discombobulated and all crazy and hectic, and sometimes our spacing gets messed up. Just know that you're on your side. As long as you do your last man tap and you run to a catcher and the catcher says go across, you've completed your job, right? It shouldn't matter. As long as I run back and I tap last man and he's my doorman, Wyvern's gonna he's gonna clean house for everybody on that left side, and vice versa, right? Even if let's say okay, let's put 3 guys in front of Wyvern, and I'm the catcher. No, it's fine. It's fine. We'll just do it right there. Yeah, there you go. Guess what? I'm the catcher, and I'm covering firing for. Is this messed up? Yep. You're gonna keep going. You're gonna keep peeling, because you got this cover fire from the left. I'm gonna have to slow my rate of fire like this though.
Last man.
Shoot a little, look a little. Oh, there's my fire. Last man. See what I'm saying? That's what it should be. Shut the door. Shut the door. And so that's you got to have that situational awareness. So it doesn't matter if it gets messed up. That's how you'd have to run it. Ideally, that's not how we want to run it, because we want to, when we make our bounds, we want to keep our staggered left or staggered right spacing. And sometimes we find an early out too. Here's the other thing. We say we find an early out, and guys are say we took contact right now, and go ahead and line up staggered file off of me, staggered right. Okay. So stagger right off me. Pretend I'm still here. So say we have an out right here. We could even set a doorman up. Hey, I'm the doorman, and we'll just have guys. I'd be like, hey, Badger, you're my catcher, and then you could be like, hey, Wyvern, go ahead and bump across, and basically everybody on this left side would bump across to the out, and we would do a center peel with these 4 guys. Or 5, I'd be up here. So these 5 guys, because there'd be a doorman, right? So that's another thing. We don't have to just run all the way down to the end. If someone's heads up and they're like, oh shit, White Rose is like, yo, I got an out right here. Let's just call the out right here. You know what I mean? And then that way you just clean. It's technically a clean call. Everybody on this left side can dip across and get to the out. They find White Rose's name tag, and they run to White Rose. He's the out. Once you guys get in the out, create some space. So that way when guys are filling in, and you're creating space and setting security. If you're that first guy out, you're setting security, creating space, so guys can fill in behind you. Okay. I just vomited a lot of information on you guys. Hopefully you don't forget about what the center fuel is.